Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My gosh, it has been a minute, but today I have this very sparkly gold very extra look for you guys. It's kind of like a halo eye. But before we get onto this video, don't forget to subscribe. Yes, that's right, subscribe. But let's get onto this video. So starting off, I'm gonna start by prepping my face with this e.l.f. makeup mist and set. I kind of use this to just moisturize my face a little bit because it gets a little bit dry and I don't really have a current favorite moisturizer yet, so I just been sticking with that. But to prime my eyelids, I'm going to be using this Age Rewind concealer by Maybelline. I'm just going to plop that right on my eyeball. And I'm going to take this giant Real Technique sponge and blend that all out. Girl, you know how it goes. You need that blended and prepped for your eyeshadow. So for today's look, I'm going to be going into my Morphe 350 palette. And that's the only palette that I'm going to use for this whole entire eye look. I'm going to take those two light shades right there. And I'm going to set my concealer with these two shades. Just with the big fluffy brush. Nothing new. Pretty much norm. So that's what I'm going to do, just set my whole entire lid with this, and then I'm going to go in with this shade and this shade next, and I'm going to be using this as my transition shade. So this shade, I'm just going to take a big Wet n Wild crease brush, and I'm just going to brush that all through my crease. Not fancy, not like precise or anything like that. I'm just going to brush that straight through my crease and just blend it out as perfectly as possible. So once you have this all blended out, I'm going to be taking this next shade and I'm going to be taking a smaller blending brush and I'm just going to kind of be packing this next shade on the outer corner and then dragging that above onto my crease and then to the inner corner of my eye. So right here I'm kind of just brushing the shade on, but in this next step I'm going to be packing it and then I'm going to be brushing it out or blending it out, if you shall say. I want the inner and outer corner to be the darkest on this look because this is kind of like a halo eye. So I'm just going to be, like I said, tapping it in and then I'm just going to be blending it out. So I got inspired to do this makeup look by Laura Lee. I saw her video and I kind of wanted to do the same concept, but I kind of wanted to throw in some of my favorite colors in there. I think she used some maroons or something, but I want to stick with the oranges because I love orange shades, especially because it's summer. And yeah, I think orange went really good with this look. So I'm going to be taking an even tinier brush and this darker shade, and I'm just going to be defining the inner and outer corner just a little bitty bit. It doesn't make a huge difference, but I wanted to add just a little bit of definition. I didn't want it to be all one solid color. I wanted it to have a little bit of depth and definition, so that's where this shade is coming into play. So I just want to blend this out and make it look seamless so it can all just flow beautifully. And once I'm done with that, I'm going to take that same blending brush with no additional product and I'm just going to blend this out further just to make sure it looks completely seamless and perfect. So next I'm going to be taking this flat brush and I'm going to take some of that same concealer and I'm going to pat that right on the center of my eyelid. Like I said, this is going to be a halo eye type of look, so this is where the halo eye comes to effect. Into effect. You know what I mean. Anyways, you just want to clean up that little spot and prep it for the next shade. I'm just going to tap that in with my finger just to further blend it. And then I'm going to be taking this shimmery shade again from the same Morphe 350 palette. And I'm going to take that on my finger and I'm just going to pat that right on top of that concealer. So you can totally just blend out the edges, add some liner, some lashes, and just call this a look. But I'm going to be extra as hell today. I'm going to take this little pencil brush and the same dark shade, and I'm going to not only diffuse the edges, but I am going to add some gold flakes glitter right on top of this shimmery shade. Like I said, you can totally stop at this. You don't even have to add liner, but I just wanted to take it a step farther because I was so inspired by Laura Lee and her look that I wanted to kind of add the same effect. So I'm going to add liner first, and then I'm going to go on top with this bigger, I guess you can say chunkier glitter. This glitter I got from Walmart for like $5 because it was a pack of 3, like 3 different types of glitters. So I'm going to be taking my NYX glitter primer. I'm going to lay that right on top of that shimmer shade, and then I'm going to take my tweezers and just lay these glitter flakes right on top, and then add some lashes, some mascara, and that is the complete eye look, you guys. Like I said, don't be afraid to just keep it simple, but if you want to be extra like me, go for it, girl. I'm going to be taking my Ardell Double Wispies and those are kind of going to be the lashes for the day. You can go a whole lot more dramatic. I just decided not to. So for the face, I'm going to be taking my Wet n Wild foundation. I had strayed away from this foundation for a while, but I decided to go ahead and give it a go because it is so light, but it has very good coverage. And then I like the light formula because it is summer now, so I don't want to be cakey and just, I don't want my face to feel heavy during the summertime. I want to go as light as possible, so that's why I chose this foundation today. I'm using a very, very huge Real Technique sponge to blend this out. This is the face and body sponge. So I'm just using this for my foundation today just to blend it all out, get it to look seamless. And it took literally maybe like 30 seconds at the most. I'm not even sure, but I can assure you that it took less than 30 seconds. Look at this big old sponge, you guys. That's crazy. So I'm going to be taking my same Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer, and I'm just going to be popping that right under my eyes. Not into your eyes, girl. That will burn. I'm going to take it down the bridge of my nose, my chin, my cupid's bow, and a little bit on my forehead. I didn't go too dramatic with this concealer because a little bit goes a long way. So I'm going to be using that same sponge to just kind of distribute it a little bit further out to the corner of my eye, and then I'm just going to blend that out so I have no harsh edges and till it looks seamless. So I'm going to be taking my Wet n Wild contour duo, and I'm going to be taking that light shade to set my concealer, and so it won't be like traveling all over the place, and so it just stays in place. I'm going to be setting it from the outside in because I find that it creases a little bit less when you do this technique, and plus I kind of have a little bit of baggage under my eye, so I want to keep it from creasing as much as possible. So I'm going to be setting just everywhere I put that concealer, and then to contour, I'm going to be using this e.l.f. contour palette. This is a very, very affordable contour palette. It has a little bit of shimmer in it, but once you blend it out, you can't really see it. So I figure that it works for me like that. So I'm just going to contour and bronze out the usual areas, my cheekbones, my forehead, my jawline, and of course that double chin, and I do my nose off camera. So for blush, I'm going to be taking this Apricot in the Middle by Wet n Wild. It's just a very, very apricot shimmery blush, and I loved it because I wanted to keep the skin very, very glowy and sun-kissed, if you will. So I decided to go with this blush. It has a little bit of a shimmer in it, but I honestly don't mind that. I want my skin to look basically just very healthy, radiant, and glowy. So I'm going to be taking my Anastasia Nicole Guerrero Glow Kit. I'm going to be taking that shade right there, and I'm just going to be highlighting my cheekbones, my cupid's bow, the tip of my nose, and then I also took a little flat brush and did those inner corners. I don't know if I showed that. I don't think I did, but I did highlight my inner corners. For lips, I'm going back to my trusty summer shade. This is Coral Corruption by Wet n Wild. And then to finish up this look, I'm going to spray my face with that same e.l.f. Mist and Set. And I'm just going to tap it in with a beauty blender. And then for the second layer, I'm just going to spray that and just fan it in. And there you go, you guys. I hope that you really enjoyed this look. I tried to my best to kind of not copy but recreate one of Laura Lee's very, very beautiful looks. I hope that you all enjoyed it. Please don't forget to subscribe before you go, and I will see y'all all in my next video. I love you guys so much, and thank you for supporting me. Please don't forget to subscribe, and yeah, bye.